Guys, it doesn't matter. You failed, get back up. All right? Failure, it's a word that carries so much weight, yet it's part of life. It's everything that we face. If you're listening to this, chances you've stumbled, you've fallen, maybe you've managed to convince yourself that nothing is ever going to go right and you're never going to be able to get back up. But here's the thing. Here's the truth. Failure is not the end. It's the beginning. It could be the beginning of the great person within you that is about to shine. Look, if we look at the facts, we go back in history, famous people, right? Some of the most successful people in history were colossal failures. And I mean massive failures, failing hundreds, thousands, probably millions of times if you add them all up together. You've even got to look at Thomas Edison, right? Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways of it not working." Now, isn't that something that we should look at in our own lives and how we should discuss our inner selves? The man who gave us the light bulb could have quit after 100 tries. He could have quit after one try, but he kept going, 1,000 tries, and he didn't quit. Why? Because failure was just another step towards success for him. And he understood with each failure, he learned something new and it pushed him forward. Let's talk about J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, and you know as well as I do on how big this is, she was a single mother living on welfare, rejected. I think it was 12 publishers she was rejected by. And look at the size of what Harry Potter is now. Imagine if she had stopped after the first rejection. Imagine if she gave up. Imagine if she didn't get back up. We wouldn't have what we have now. The magical world that inspires millions would have never have existed. Rejection didn't stop her. It fueled her. And that's something you can take from someone's history and put it in yourself. Michael Jordan, another one, arguably the greatest basketballer of all time. I don't even follow basketball, but I know who Michael Jordan is. Jordan has really let out some facts of failure. I think it's something like, he said it was 900 shots in his career that he missed, almost 300 games lost, 26 times he was trusted to take the winning shots and missed it. Yet, through all those failures, he's known as a great person. So, again, it's all about lessons. He failed over and over and over again, and that's why he succeeded, because he failed over and over again. Just let that sink in. Failure isn't a badge of shame. It's a badge of courage. It's the ultimate learning tool. It's better than school. The truth is, failure teaches us more than success ever could. I have managed to fail my way to so many things. I wouldn't be who I am now if I hadn't failed so many things. And I think it's like, it was in neuroscience, it tells that failure strengthens neural pathways, meaning every time you fail, your brain gets better at problem solving. I read this somewhere. Failure isn't just the end. It isn't a setback. It's an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to be stronger, to be smarter, and more resilient. Be resilient. Just every time that something happens, something bad happens, a failure in your life happens, just move forward and see it as a good thing. Think about young children learning to walk. They fail hundreds of times, but they don't give up. They don't care if they look silly. They don't know, but they don't stop to think maybe walking isn't for me. Like, they just keep trying. Imagine if we all just gave up as babies. Somewhere along the way, as we grow older, we start fearing failure. And I think that's other people's voices telling us. But I think this fear, we think it protects us, but it just limits us. Look, we could talk about Maybe we tried and failed. Maybe we started a business and it collapsed. Maybe we went after a dream and it didn't pan out the way we thought. But sometimes dreams aren't supposed to pan out the way we think. I know I've had dreams and they didn't work, and I'm kind of happy they didn't over time. And I think sometimes if people might say to yourself that you're not good enough, or you might think you're not good enough, you need to believe in yourself. You're good enough for anything. You need to think, this is what I need to understand about myself, that failure doesn't define you. What defines you is how your response to it. Do you understand? When life knocks you down, you have a choice. It's all choices. You choose millions of things every day. You make choices after choices. You can stay down or you can get back up. Look, Les Brown, one of the greatest motivational speakers, I often listen to so many of his things, said, when life knocks you down, try to land on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up. That's it. And I've spent hours listening to that man, listening to many people, and this is true. Right now, think about what's holding you back. Is it fear? Is it doubt? Just acknowledge it. And then remind yourself that fear is just temporary. I've almost managed to let go of fear completely, and I feel lucky for that, right? And just don't regret these things forever. The pain of failing is nothing compared to the pain of never trying. God, I've blagged some things of just trying things that I didn't know what I was going to do, and it worked out. So what you could do today, take one small step forward. Make one phone call, send one email, write one page of a book if you want to write it. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Small steps lead to big changes. And every time you take a step, you're proving to yourself that failure is not the end. It's the beginning. Look, I had dreams to do so many things. And I did so many things. But it wasn't the path that I was taking every time. Sometimes I would be aiming for something and then I'd fail, and then I'd be sent on a new path, and then I'd fail and I'd be sent on a new path. And within these failures, there were lots of little successes. And I really feel that you can truly, truly learn from each failure that creates each success. There are hundreds of examples of people that have failed. I could keep listing them on. Oprah Winfrey is another one. Colonel Sanders from KFC, I'm sure you've heard of that. You know, he was like something, I forget how old he was. He was like in his 80s, maybe 70s. I don't know. But they all have something in common. They didn't give up. They didn't stop. They didn't quit. And neither should you. Just get back up, brush it off, and that's life. It is what it is. Look, I'll leave you with this. When you fail, don't ask why me. Ask what's next. Learn from it. Grow from it. Then move forward with the knowledge that failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey too. It's part of the journey to success. So guys, get back up. Dust yourself off. The world needs what only you can give. You are unique in your own way. You bring something that nobody else on this planet brings. You have something that I don't have. You have something that your friends don't have. You have something that all strangers don't have. Just believe in yourself and don't worry about failure. You could do it. Just get back up.